What if I told you I was legitimately recruited by the Men in Black? Yes, you all heard me right. I was recruited by the Men in Black. And what if I told you that I actually had video evidence to substantiate my claim? Those who are already a part of the Night God Army and follow me know the deal. For entertainment purposes only. I just provide the information and let you decide what you believe. So I was recruited by the actual Men in Black. This happened early on in my creating journey. I had only been making TikToks and was just transferring over to YouTube and Facebook. At this time, I actually had a Telegram, and I was doing a lot of sharing on there as well, just to see if I could gain an audience. I was just recycling a lot of my older posts to see if anybody would gain interest and maybe follow me on my other platforms. One day, it was about 2 o'clock in the morning, and suddenly I get a message on my Telegram. And unfortunately, I no longer have these messages. This is because I didn't realize that Telegram actually deletes your account after 6 months of inactivity. So about a month ago, after not going on Telegram for a long period of time, I went to log back on, and poof, everything was gone. But I remember it like it was yesterday. I know exactly what was said and how he recruited me. He started out, of course, by introducing himself. I'm not going to say his name on here because, honestly, that could be bad news for me. But I know he is still active on Telegram. I looked just the other day. I gotta say, initially, his name kind of struck me as odd because it wasn't necessarily a light being type name. It actually was one of the 7 demons of hell. So I registered this in my head and proceeded to hear him out. Of course, I was stunned and I thought, no way, this is just a follower playing a joke on me, something along those lines. But in this approach to creating, I've always heard people out because people have a story. And if you just disregard them as not true, or if you don't lend them credibility off the jump, then you're not going to hear stories that should be heard. You can't write anybody off right away. So I humored it. I went with it. And I played along just to see what would take place. He told me his role for the Men in Black was that he was a citizen recruiter and that he recruited in what they called the white world. So back to the Men in Black who tried to recruit me. So they call this world white world, which in turn means the Matrix. He told me that he was a recruiter for citizens that he thought, based on information gathered, that would qualify for the program. So after this, he proceeds to send me like badass recruiting videos, like Green Beret type Army Ranger, hand-to-hand combat videos, really glorified, type recruiting videos, like they would show you if you were to say in high school and you were trying to get recruited for the military or something along those lines. So he showed me those videos and said, do you want to be greater than yourself? Gave me the whole spiel, or do you want to just settle for likes and follows? And I said, okay, I'm intrigued. What else is there to know? Well, he starts to open up a little bit, and he sends me a couple videos that were quite honestly mind-blowing. He sends me videos of squads fighting underground, all right, and proceeds to tell me that there's a sort of battle going on underground that we citizens don't quite know about, or that the population doesn't know or understand. He basically told me that there are people that end up underground, all right? And these people, over time, end up, after being in these, underground caves and whatnot for years and years, in a way feral. I like to think that these are our Wendigos and our Rakes, all right? Our skinwalkers, if you will. I believe that they are possibly humans that were once normal but escaped from underground, and they have learned to survive on the surface world, right? As you can imagine, I'm taking this all in. It's blowing my mind. Gradually, I'm starting to think this guy's more and more legit, right? Now, keep in mind, of course, it could all still be one big sham hoax, of course. he could be a full of complete shit. But nevertheless, he came at it in a serious manner and approached it in a way that seemed valid. So I continue to kind of pick his brain and stuff like that, and we go back and forth. And I said, okay, well, what do I have to do? He said, think about it. I don't want to tell you anything yet, but just think about it and let me know in a couple days. I say, okay. So I already know as soon as I take my 2 days of thinking about it that I'm going to play along and act like I want to join. All right. And in the meantime, I actually did go live. This is what was crazy. Well, yeah, it was kind of crazy. I did go live and I was kind of testing the waters, right? And I started kind of alluding to mentioning that I was being recruited by them. And sure enough, like 2 or 3 different people in the live said, don't, with exclamation points, right? So don't say nothing, don't, like type shit. So I was kind of taken aback by it. I'm like, wow, this could be kind of like maybe real, I guess. So I proceed to, the next time I talk to him, act like I want to join, maybe take one more day to think about it. And he said, all right, but I got to tell you this. He says, if you decide to join, first of all, we got to teach you to walk before we can teach you to fly. And then he sends me this video. And to me, of course, it could be totally faux, totally fake. But I'll let you be the judge of that. It looked legit to me. And what it looked like, y'all, it truly doesn't even look like it's on Earth. It looked like it was on another planet. And it's him with a cam, full bodysuit helmet, literally flying, okay? And not by anti-gravity or anything like that. He's flying by, okay, so put it this way. It's like an Iron Man suit in a sense. Not quite an Iron Man suit, but something similar. You can see a buddy out in front of him, and you can see his helmet cam. And you can just tell by the movement, it seems legit, all right? So he proceeds to show me that video, and I'm baffled. I'm like, holy shit, this is badass. He was really trying hard to recruit me, apparently. And I'm contemplating it at this point. Like, it seems legit. If it's legit, I want to see, I want to know. So, goes, how will that work? What will I have to do? Can I have a family? Can I, get married, settle down? He said, yes, lots of people do, but off planet. I said, what do you mean off planet? I can't come back to Earth? He said, no. He said, the way it works is you have to forget everybody you know. You have to leave them behind. And when you do this, he called it a green door. You have to walk through the green door, and you will be shown all that is the reality of the planets, our existence, etc. I will be shown the exact 100% authentic truth. But once I do this, I can never go back, ever. I'm not sure if it's like a fake death situation or what would happen, but I would have to leave everything I loved and known behind. And I said, okay. I said, I don't know if I'm willing to do that. He said, okay, I understand that. But I says, tell me this. in history, the Men in Black have been somewhat inherently not good, right? According to encounters and accounts from witnesses, the Men in Black encounters haven't ever really been reported as good ones. Threats, stuff like that, to keep quiet. I says, are you guys good? Are you light? Because I'm a light being, and that's what I'm staying, no matter what. I says, and if you are, then why is your name one of these 7 demons of hell? And he really couldn't answer that. I mean, he could, but he already knew the answer. He didn't say, no, we are beings of light. We fight for good. He never said that once. He never alluded to that they were beings of light. Maybe they're neutral, but I just found it weird, and I didn't really vibe with that at all. I was not going to go into a dark role at all. It was just not for me. Now, I don't know if it's because of what I'm sharing or what, but maybe they wanted to try and recruit me to get me to stop creating and be off the map. I don't know, but it more or less ended at that point for me. I said, no way. I said, you can't even tell me you're a light being. Why is your name one of the 7 demons of hell? That's not light. That's not an archangel. You know what I'm saying? Those are beings of light. I'm a person of God. I'm a person of Jesus Christ. Like, I'm not a full-on, like, religious, person, like, full-on, but, like, I do believe in all that stuff, and I'm just not with that. So it pretty much ended there. I just said, sorry, I'm not your guy. And, my life was just starting to change. I was starting to gain, a following online, and my life was starting to get better than it's ever been. I wanted to help people and help the ones I love, and it wasn't for me. And that's how it ended, y'all. It ended there, and I haven't really pursued anything or looked at their page in a while since. I mean, I did like a little bit ago just to verify if they were still up or whatever, but yeah, that's where it's at. I wasn't going to leave my family behind and my people that I love. And that was my experience. As the Men in Black did try to recruit me, according to this. Could it have all been fake? Absolutely. Could it have all been a big sham and a big hoax? Sure. And I always worry that who knows what they were recruiting me for. Maybe they were going to recruit me and they were going to friggin' drop me off the face of the earth. I don't know. At the end of the day, I didn't know for sure. I always take it with a grain of salt, and then I always err on the side of caution, because I don't know if they're out to just silence me or, which I don't know why they would be. It's not like I'm sharing that crazy stuff, but yeah, y'all, that was my experience. It's the first time I've ever shared it. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think it was the real Men in Black? Do you think it was legit, or do you think it was a big old bullshit scam, big old hoax? I believe that it was legit. I believe it was authentic, and I hope that there is no repercussions for me sharing this, but that was my experience. And like I said, for entertainment purposes only. It may or may not be true at the end of the day. Take it for what you will. I gave you the information. Let me know in the comments what you all think. Stay in the love, stay in the light, be kind to others. And I hope you all treat your mothers very nice this Mother's Day. I am out.